Hello buddies! We just got the artifacts and the lightstones. If you are like me, I assume that you were really lost when it first released. Like, what do I do? What's the, like, how can I get the artifacts? How can I get the lightstones? So I just played for 3 days since the release, since last Wednesday, and I managed to get a bunch of artifacts and a bunch of lightstones. And I will show you my process how to access a full set bonus of all of those lightstones and how to easily gain the artifact without really spending much time. So let's start into it. So the first thing that you should do when you start the game for the first time after this update, you just go talk with your Black Spirit. With your Black Spirit, there's main quests here or in the quest section, I don't really remember, but it gives pretty much 2 artifacts and 4 lightstones. So it's not really a quest. You probably already completed all the requirements, so you just grab those. If you didn't, I suggest you to go in the patch note and see which quest that you need to do to have those 3 artifacts. And one of them is pretty much really good. It's like the best for PvE. It's the monster AP one, which I currently have here. Extra AP against monsters. It gives a 6 AP, so that's against monsters, so that's really good. It's the best for PvE. So I suggest you to grab that. And the second one is monster damage reduction, which is a little bit less like necessary, unless you want to farm at endgame spots like Crypt. But that's pretty much how you get the first accessories and the 4 beginner like lightstones. The second way to get artifacts really easily is just to be in Pit of Undying. Do the Pit of Undying quest every single day. Like you talk to that guy and you can basically get 100 seal per day. And if you want to exchange those seals, it costs 40 seal of the Undying for a crow box of relic. And that box can drop any PvE, PvP artifacts that you want. I farmed a lot of Pit of Undying the last couple of days, and I managed to buy like 25 artifacts with all of those seals. So I pretty much got all of my artifacts for just a couple minutes per day to grind Pit of Undying. So if you didn't start the quest line for the Pit of Undying, I don't remember really like which one that you need to do in the quest section, but it's basically a suggested quest that you need to finish to be able to teleport to Pit of Undying with that option. Like I did that quest, so now I can teleport back and forth with to the Pit of Undying, and I just do that every single day. I beat the bosses. I have the insignia to pen here, pen Undying Crow's insignia. So I did like 21 days of dailies just to get that, and that's like, in my opinion, the best way to get artifacts if you already farmed quite a lot of Pit of Undying. That's the second way. And now the third way to get artifacts is by grinding. If you want to get them really fast, I suggest you to go to Kratuga Ancient Ruins. It drops basically all the different kinds of artifacts. Like it's all of them basically except the life skill ones. But if you want them, just go to Kratuga and farm a lot. Now there's a lot of people there, so maybe you will not be able to find a rotation for yourself, so you can go in your Marnie realm. It's like, I don't really like it. I farmed 1 hour there and I just left. I did get like 2 or 3 artifacts, but if you get the alert at Kratuga, it can drop up to 5 artifacts on the boss, like the Elton, no, the latent boss. But those artifacts can drop on any grind zones. Like Istria, you can only get one kind of artifact, so you can see which one you want to really target farm for the artifact. That's the second way, and it's probably the way that most people are going for, but I don't really bother with it because I did my Pit of Undying thingy. Another way to get artifacts are by doing the world bosses or guild bosses. So if you haven't done them for months, I suggest you to put an alt to Nuver, Kozaka, Kotum, Karanda, so you can get those artifacts really easily for really no effort. And those those bosses can also drop you the iridescence lightstones, so they are worth like half a billion silver. So that's they're really good to do. Just do the world bosses, your guild bosses, and you will be good. You can also do scrolls that I stored in my storage in that city here. But like all those awakened scrolls, but personally I don't want to use time doing them, and apparently it's a pretty low drop rate. But if you are in a rush to get those light stones, those artifacts, you can also do those awakened bosses that I have all stored here. So, but you can just do the world bosses and you will be fine. So remember that. Now that you know how to get the artifact, I will tell you what they do and how that they work. So there's three kind of artifacts. There's March artifact that is more damage oriented, like AP, accuracy, and all of that. There's Cahill's artifact that gives more utility stats like Black Spirit Rage or max stamina or max hit points. And there's also Lesha artifact that gives like more defensive stuff like monster damage reduction, all damage reduction, evasion, damage reduction overall. So that's the three different kinds of artifact that there is. But as you may notice on the artifact, it says melee accuracy or range accuracy or magic accuracy, I believe the last one is. Uh, like what does that mean? It's it's the same with the other artifact, the Lesha artifact. It says like melee evasion, range evasion, magic evasion, so you gotta know what they do. So for the case of the more offensive artifact, like the March artifact, it says melee accuracy. That is based on your own class type. So since it's a offensive stat, it boosts your damage, you do more damage to like evasion classes. Same thing with the melee AP, you do more damage to AP. That's basically your own class, the own class type. I'm a guardian, so as you know, I'm a melee class. But if you're not sure about what class type you are, you can just go here in your stats and it says combat type, and you just see which type you are. And you try to pick offensive artifacts based on that type. If you're range, you pick range AP, range accuracy. If you're magic, you just pick magic AP, magic accuracy, and all of that. That's the special case for the offensive artifacts. For the defensive artifact, it works a little bit different because, like for example, the Lesha artifact. Let's see, the Lesha artifact melee evasion. That doesn't work based on your own class. So if you're a melee class, you will not like always get the evasion because you are melee class. In case of the defensive stats, it's a stat to counter other people. So it's based on others people class. So you will use melee evasion if you face against melee classes. Like if you're against a guardian, you equip that evasion and you will be good. If you're against a range and you have melee evasion, that does nothing. So you better choose the type to counter the other person. So if you are in 1v1 and you know the class type of your opponent, you can just pick the artifacts to counter him. But in the big ball, in the siege scenario, you cannot really like choose who you fight with. So that's why I suggest you to just put all damage reduction, or if you really want to have all three types of melee evasion, range evasion, or range magic evasion, melee, DR, all of those types, just to be able to counter like one type that you can interchange with. But for me, I suggest you to just go with either all damage reduction or all evasion. I don't think I have the all evasion artifact. But if you just do the all damage reduction, all evasion, it just counters everyone. Basically, you don't have to really struggle against some and counter a certain class type, but that's how those defensive artifacts works. The artifacts are only the first part of that update. The second part are the lightstones. I will tell you the multiple ways to get the lightstones. First off, the first way is by simple alchemy, the artifact. So, there's some artifacts that you don't really want, that you don't really need, and you cannot sell them on the market. They're unsellable, so you need to just The only utility you have them for artifacts that you don't want is to convert them into purified lightstones. So let's do this. I'll just open the processing window, simple alchemy, and I put that Lesha artifact, melee evasion, that I don't want because I'm not an evasion class, so I don't really have any utility for evasion based artifact. So I just heat that, just a simple alchemy it. And when it's finished, it gives between 1 and 2 purified lightstones. In that case, I only got 1. And after that, you just open it, and you have a lightstone of Fire Zeal. It's pretty bad lightstone, but let's see the second way to get the lightstone, which is to simply buy them. Buy the lightstones. As you can see in my central market, I basically pre-ordered every single type of lightstone there is. I managed to buy 3 alert one, and as you can see, if we go down there, I have every single lightstones pre-ordered, because even if you don't want that lightstone, you can, I will tell you it in the third option, but that's the second option. You can just buy them, and to easily buy them, you just go in the new section that they added, the artifact lightstones, and I just spent like 15 minutes just pre-ordering every single one of them. And be careful, because there's ones that cost 500 million, which are the more like the better ones that everybody needs, especially the blade. I think it's the blade. There's it's the strike. Everybody wants the strike Lightstone of Fire because it gives like critical hit damage, and everyone wants critical damage. It's the same thing for me with the Lightstone of Fire of Fallen, because I want that Kama Sylvian damage. So those are the Lightstone that you can pre-order. I suggest you to simply pre-order the 12 million ones. For now, they're rather cheap. I don't know why the max price didn't increase. It's not capped at 12 million. It's like way higher than that. So those are pretty easy ones to buy. As you can see, I bought 3 of them of a wind alert, and that's the second way, and probably the easiest way to get the lightstones. You just buy them. And now the third way to get lightstones, after you bought all of your lightstones on the market, or if you grinded artifact and converted them into purified lightstone and opened them and you get like some trash ones that you don't really want, you just go into the lightstone section, talking with the Li Xin, the Wandering Alchemist, and you just open the lightstones, and you have a window. So the first window is the exchange window. So you can change, as the text says, exchange 3 non-infused lightstone for 1 purified lightstones. And the non-infused lightstones are basically those 6 lightstones that I have. So I verified beforehand if they were good. Here it gives skill XP. I don't need that. Here the Xil, you will like remember the names because they come back quite often when you open them. Xil is like really easy to get, really easy to buy. Everybody sells it, so it's really like a trash lightstone to have. Another skill XP, skill XP, skill XP, another Zeal. So I have 2 Zeal for 4 skill XP. So those are trash for me, and I just place all of them with the left trigger and Y. So I can trade 6 of them for 2 purified lightstones. So if I exchange it, it basically transfers them into another Gamba system. You just do the same, and now you can reopen them and get 2 new ones. So this time I got a life skill Lightstone, and I got 8 points Lightstone. The 8-point Lightstones are pretty good because they give 50 hit points, and they're really good in capped PvP if you do like Node Wars and stuff. So those are really good to have. I got pretty lucky with that. So if you have like hurt when the Lightstones like here, keep that. It's 8 points. It's going to be fun for you. If you get like all AP, keep that. You can use it somewhere. If you also get like accuracy, keep that. Like if the stat looks good for you, just keep it for now and trade the ones that you are sure that are terrible, like selling EXP. I don't do any selling, so I'm sure that it will not be useful for me. So that's one of the trash lightstone, and the other one is pretty good, so I would just keep that. So you just buy them every single day, or you can grind every single day to get artifact and convert them, and you just do that. You do the 3-4-1 ratio on converting. You convert your trash one into new ones, you open them, you use those trash ones to buy new ones, and you just keep that process every single time until you get all the ones that you want. So those are basically the ways that I found to get the lightstones. Maybe there's other ways. You can let me know in the comment section if I missed anything. But that's pretty much the things I learned for now. The second window in the Purified Lightstone exchange is the Purify window. So if when you grind, you get some imperfect Lightstone of Fire, or Lightstone of Wind, or Lightstone of Earth, all different kinds of Lightstone that you need to purify because right now they are not usable. So you just go to Delasheen, you put all of those Lightstones here, and as you can see, the result will be Purified Lightstones of Wind. So you pay 20 billion silver per lightstone. So for me, it's 120 billion that I need to spend, and you just purify them that way. Like I skip animation, or I would just keep it, and I just purify the lightstones, and I get them in my inventory. You can do the same with the other Lightstone of Fire here, and it's basically the same. And there's another way that you can purify the lightstones instead of paying 20 million silver each. You can also do it in alchemy. You need Guru 1 in alchemy, and you need a bunch of different materials, like I think 10 black gems, black gem fragments, and all of that. But I made a calculation, and it's really similar to 20 billion. It's like 18 million silver compared to 20 million silver. So it's really not that that's useful to do that via alchemy. You can, but it's probably a loss of time that you can just do it with the NPC. So you can just purify them that way, and it's really straightforward. No need to do alchemy if you don't want to. If you want life skill lightstones, there's another way that you can access them, and it's basically by trading work medals, golden seal work supervisor medal that you get from your worker empire if you have one. Like every time your worker complete a task, I think it's every time, it gives you a work supervision token. And before, I did my worker empire for months and months and months, and I never used them. So I had like 75,000 of a work supervisor to use, and there's nothing really to use them for before now. Now you can trade 10,000 of them for an imperfect Lightstone of Flora. So that's basically a random life skill crystal that you can get, like sailing EXP, alchemy EXP, all kind of life skill EXP. And that's how you can get like time stone of Flora time. Like all of those light stones were acquired from just trading those seals to that guy. So that's another way to get light stones that you can trade for purified light stones. So you can have more of them and keep that cycle of just recycling the bad ones into maybe good ones, and using the bad ones into maybe good ones. So that's another way to get them. Now let's start the UI section, which was really confusing when I first opened it. I didn't know what it was. Like it's pretty hard to understand, so I will just try to explain it the better I can. So in that UI that you can access from your character window with that button Artifacts, you just open that. And you have a section for storing all of your artifacts. I have 10 right now, and you have a window to store lightstones that I didn't really store yet. I don't use that window for now, but you can like use your inventory and put them in here, and they just appear in your crystal window. But if you put artifacts in here, the thing that I didn't really understood was how to equip them into the different presets, and how to put lightstones in them. So let's do that. As you can see, if you press on the right trigger and Y, you can equip lightstones. So here you have equipped artifact and 2 artifacts that I currently have in my inventory. If you want to use that window, you cannot have them stored. You need to take them out of your stored artifact section and put them in your inventory. Like here, I have melee AP, so just for that I would use the melee AP one. And I don't have any lightstone in my inventory. So that's basically the same thing. You cannot have stored lightstone if you want to put lightstones in that section. You need to have lightstone in your inventory. So I would just take out my lightstone that I stored here, and I will just reopen that window, equip lightstone LTY to open it, and I just put a random artifact, which is like it's not really a set bonus that I want, but just for example I will show you. I choose the melee AP artifact, and I choose like the heart, and you need to press to select the artifact that you want to put the lightstones in. So you see it just turns yellow, the border. So I just select it, and now I just press A to slot those two lightstones into my artifact. So now that lightstone, that artifact, just don't mix up between lightstones and artifact. Artifacts are the big ones and lightstones are the small ones. You put two lightstones into the artifact, and after that you basically have your two lightstones in. And now you can put your artifact with the two lightstones in. It's currently here, and you are good to go. You are stored your two lightstones in that artifact, and you can use it for a preset. For the presets, as you can see, I have multiple ones. If you want to create a new one, you just go to a new one, you press LTY for edit presets, and now you can edit the preset. You press A on the preset that you want to edit, and you select the artifacts that you want. For me, I want to just choose the artifact that I just put my lightstones in. I press A, and it should have put them in in preset 5. Now I have the artifact that I wanted. So you basically do that with the second artifact that you want, and you can save your preset, and you have your preset done. You can change the name if you want, but I would just keep it there because I don't really want that preset. So for me, currently I have 4 presets. I have the AP one, which are basically, I will save the presets and I will show you the effect, which are basically March Artifact against Monster AP and Monster AP, everything Monster AP, just so I can get a little bit more damage when I farm Crypt. They are pretty cheap. The Predation, License of Fire, they're really easy to get. You can open like the Purified Lightstones and you get them like all the time. So you will get those really easily. They only cost 12 million, so you will be able to get that presets. And all of my 4 presets are easy to get. There's nothing like really hard to get, like the Lightstones. They're really not rare, they're really common, so everyone can make those 4 presets that I just made. If you buy the Lightstone off the market, I think I bought like 150 to 200 Lightstones in like 2 days. Like the trash Lightstone that I just converted into Purified Lightstone as I showed you earlier. And the second preset I have is the Accuracy preset, which it gives a set bonus compared to like the other one that doesn't give any Lightstone combination effect. That gives a 12 accuracy bonus. That's my accuracy loadout. I have March melee accuracy, March melee AP, but that's because I don't have a 4th melee accuracy artifact. But I have 4 marked Lightstone of Fire, which are also really easy to get. It's the same than the Predation. The Predation Lightstones, they're really easy to get. So it's easy 28 accuracy that if you want to counter those evasion a little bit more. The third set is the HP Lightstones. They give 50 hit points each, and it has a set bonus of 250 hit points. So you basically get 450 hit points just based on those artifacts, those Lightstones. And if you add those artifacts, they give 75 hit points each, so you get 600 hit points. So that's pretty good chunk of hit points for capped content. So that's why I use that for like Node Warrior tier 3, tier 4 PvP and such stuff like that. And the last preset that I made for now is the tank loadout. It's basically the thing I will use for uncapped PvP because it has, let's see the effect. I use 4 Iron Wall, Lightstone of Heart. It's really easy to get. Everything is easy to get. Yeah, there's nothing hard here. You just buy them, and with the Gamba system, you will get them really easily. And having 4 Iron Wall, you also get a Lightstone bonus, Rigid Shield, 18 damage reduction, which is pretty good. It gives a total of 30 damage reduction. If you are a melee class that front lines everything and you just need more survivability and you are DR, 30 DR goes a long way to kill 1 or 2 more people before dying. So that's why I have that loadout for now for the uncapped PvP. I will either switch to accuracy or being able to get more DR. I didn't decide it yet, but that's pretty much it. And if you want to switch loadout, as you can see here, the AP loadout are currently like the artifacts are like red because I have them equipped. Here they are equipped on my character, monster extra AP monster, and it's basically the set that I have. But if I just want to switch to accuracy, I just press A and it just switch to accuracy. And now the accuracy artifacts are red. And important information is compared to like the crystals. Like I like to compare that with the crystal system. You cannot use the same artifacts on every single character. Like here, if I went on another character, I will not be able to use my accuracy loadout because it's currently equipped on my guardian. So if I wanted to put artifacts on another character, I will have to use the exact same accuracy like loadout or something, but you cannot use the artifacts if they are equipped on another character. So that's really important if you want to have like multiple sets on multiple characters, if you want to do that, but that's an important thing that you must know. If you wonder which combination of lightstones to use, you can always go on garmod.com to see exactly which set bonus that you want. Here I selected the ones that I'm currently looking for. The extra damage to human are quite good for like PvE human spots, but the problem is to get the iridescent lightstone. They're pretty expensive, like half a billion silver, and also the blight ones are quite rare to get because they cost like 100 million, so they are not the 12 million that everybody can get really easily. The same thing with all the others, like RAR for the extra damage to dummy human. If you want to farm like Paddix, it's like half dummy human. I think orcs also are dummy human. I'm not sure, but there are some spots in the game that are dummy human, and I want those for that. Sylvian damage the same, but it's also hard to get because it needs 3 fallen lightstones, which are 100 million each. And if you want that combat EXP, those are pretty easy to get, so you can really do that for now. But those are all the different set bonus that I have my eyes on. So you can do that by just going on Garmat and pressing the little star here and just filter by favorites only, and you can do the same with the life skill lightstones. So in the game there's not like a way to know exactly what everything does, all the sets bonus. So if you really want to know that, you must go on Garmat. It's a really good source of information. Now, what if you made a mistake? What if you put bad lightstones into an artifact and you want to remove them? Like for me, my preset 5 is basically a bad artifact with bad lightstones and I just want to get rid of it. So basically I just edit the preset and I press a right trigger with X, so I can just delete that preset, and now the artifact goes into my inventory. In my stored artifact section, not my true inventory. After that, I just pick it up, and now I have it in my inventory. And if you want to remove the lightstones from the artifact, all you need to do is buy those little lightstone extraction tool. And to buy them, you go to any blacksmith. I like Velia, so I just chill at Velia to buy those. You go in the shop section and you just buy those lightstone extraction tool. They cost 10 million each. It's not that much compared to like extracting cups from your accessories, so it's pretty like easy to buy. Then after that, you can you just talk to the blacksmith again. You press extraction and you go into the new section, the extract lightstone, and you press the artifact. And as you can see here, I don't know why, but the text for the Y button is in Korean. If you press A, it destroys the lightstone. If you have a trash lightstone and you don't mind deleting deleting it, you can press A, it's fine. But if you want to keep that lightstone, which I want, because if you extract a really strong one, you don't want to delete that. So you just equip the extraction tool and on the left side, and now there's like animation, like blue animation that flows to the extraction tool. And you press on the Korean name, and you will on Y, and you press like A to extract the lightstone. So now the extraction has been successful, and you just repeat the same process. You press A on that, you press Y on that, and you just extracted both of them. You just paid 20 million silver. So that's how you extract lightstones if you made the mistake by putting them in there. So now that you know everything I know about lightstones and Artifact, you can try to make your own sets. Maybe try to go for better ones, have more chance than me to get those big lightstones that you want that are worth like 5 billion on PC. Right now the prices are quite low on console, so they're not quite there yet. But they ultimately will. I can guarantee you they will increase in price. And it's really fun, those little lights on an artifact, you get so much power and such. So if you like that video, if you find it useful, you can leave a like. If you have any question or any comment on whatever I said, you can correct me in this comment section. So if you want to see the correction, if people find other things, you can also read the comments. So, but that's it for now, and I will see you in another video. Bye buddies!